Well, it was just such a massive privilege to play the lead role in the musical. The story of Joe and the struggles of people like our students that have faced in the past are really important, aren't they, to tell the world what they've been through. So I felt like I had to play the part to its maximum potential.
I wrote from the asylum to the Palladium because I wanted to tell the story of Joe Dorado. His journey from sweeping floors in a large mental hospital to a reformer championing care in the community. It's amazing. So when I learnt that he once held up a pair of bloomers and shouted,
"Would you wear somebody else's knickers?"
No! I was just hooked. I had to write that story.
Enormous, uncomfortable stain.
Only these students could tell this story. No one else could replicate that sincerity, that emotion, that humour. And they did it brilliantly. And there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
They were last used by a patient who had diarrhea.
As soon as I started playing the piano, it all just felt like another music-making session.
Now I have found I'll always stay right here.
Because the music just drives you along and you lose yourself in it. It was our moment to tell this important story.
Nothing will keep me from you.
Well, the energy on stage was absolutely phenomenal. But I can't remember all of it because I was on auto drive just making sure everything went as it should be.
I'll stay right here.
But I do remember having this real strong feeling of warmth coming off of the students, and I believe it was a feeling that I'm never going to be able to recreate again, so I had to make the most of it.
Now I've been swept away, si ti amo, Rosa in place.
There were so many amazing moments, the whole day before and after the show, but you know, receiving a full standing ovation and hearing the roar of a crowd is, you know, always going to be a highlight.
I have to admit, there were a few times when I had a lump in my throat. I think one moment was when Al Steele, he struck up the band with the Music is Magic theme tune. But the other one was when Tony joined me at the piano.
Now, Tony's been my shared leisure befriendee for a couple of years. We really enjoy it. He loves music. You know, even when we go to the gym, we have to sing the 12 Days of Christmas. Anyway, I've just finished university, and it feels like the right thing to do. What do you think, Mr. Dorado?
Please.
Should I give it a go?
I was so pleased we had this moment because he was the one who started me off on this journey, and none of us would have been there without him.
Welcome to music school. Welcome to one and all. We learn to sing and play.
I think we were particularly privileged to welcome some amazing guest performers. They were really generous with their time. And I hope actually that our students inspired them as well. lot of the guests were arranged by our lovely patrons Dan and Laura Curtis. They introduced us to Al Still, our arranger and conductor, and they even wrote us a wonderful song called Show Me Your Dreams.
Inside, you'll find the world that's bright. Take my hand and we can go together.
Show me your dreams. Show me how everything you ever wanted.
Performing at the Palladium, that it was such a great opportunity, but it just wouldn't have been possible without some extraordinary acts of generosity. Funding for this sort of thing is not easy, and the cost had to be met by South Menka. So we were incredibly grateful for the support of Adventure Island, Genting's Club, the Rotary Clubs of Lee and Canby Island, and of course Kauai Pianos, who lent us their amazing concert grand piano for the day. All the artwork and programs were designed by Trudy Crumley, and a parent helped us get them printed. It's the challenge for us to attract a big enough audience to cover all this is huge. We don't have big PR budgets and marketing strategies. It's just us.
Whenever I do a musical performance or a show, I always like to think about my granddad, who I know would have been sitting in the audience being really excited about the whole thing. You've only got that one chance to get everything right. But it was also really important to me to make sure I soaked up the emotion of the whole day.
English, Talkat, French, 1, 2, 3, 4, German, ich, ni, san, chi, Japanese, 1, 2, 3, 4, Italian, 1, 2, 3, 4, Spanish!
Music is Magic at the London Palladium was an amazing success. But for me personally, I believe it must lead to something else, even bigger.